Hello and welcome to the Ross Cloud Podcast. I'm Carl Ross Sr. and this platform was created to motivate and to inspire in hopes that you can become a better you. Listen, I want to make sure I give a shout out to all of our listeners out there. Thank you all for your support. Thank you for listening as we continue to bring you great conversations with awesome individuals in our community. I want to make sure I give a shout out to my co-host, the one and only, Miss Shantha Caldwell.
Hello, everyone.
Yes, indeed, sister. How are you?
I'm well.
Right on.
I am well.
Yes, I'm so glad to have you here. And we have our very, very special guest in the building. We have the one and only, the myth, the man extraordinaire, Mr. Dewayne Jones. You like that intro, brother?
I love the intro. Way too much for me. But
Right.
I love it.
I love it. Yeah.
Right on.
I'll take that today.
Yes, sir. Listen, we have Mr. Jones here with us on the Ross Cloud Podcast. I'm super excited. This is a big deal for me, and I got to give you some accolades, my brother. You know what I'm saying? And I want to say it publicly to your face. And I know I've said it probably numerous of times, too many darn times, but I'm gonna say it again anyway. In case a lot of you guys don't know, I got into podcasting. It was something I wanted to do, but I didn't have a clear direction or a clear understanding on how to do it. And I was able to serve up under the tutelage of the Aaron T. Jones Jetblack Empowerment Foundation, where I was the host for the Jetblack Daily Show. And it's because of that tutelage that I was able to get a full understanding of actually what I wanted to do and how I wanted to do it. So I want to make sure that I give you your flowers now, sir, and say thank you for the unintentional grooming of me starting this and the purpose of why I do what I do. And it's because of your son, Mr. Aaron T. Jones. And I want to publicly say thank you, sir, for even allowing me to be a part of such a wonderful brand, a wonderful organization, but more importantly, the purpose behind the organization. And I just wanted to say that and get that all out the way.
That's right.
And before we say anything,
give honor.
Y'all like that Jetblack?
Yes.
Y'all like that Jetblack apparel?
Jetblack.
Check it out, baby. That boy look real good in it, don't it? So look, we're going to go ahead and get into it. And let's start off with the Aaron T. Jones Jetblack Empowerment Foundation. But before we get into it, let's talk about you for a moment before we go into it. Let's talk about you, Mr. Jones. Let's tell us how your start and how you got your beginning. You can make it short and sweet.
Yeah. My start as far as the foundation is concerned? Or?
Sure, you can do it that way.
Well, okay. This was sort of taken over from Aaron, okay?
Correct.
Because as you mentioned earlier, Aaron was sort of spearheading this with some of the friends in his podcast group. And for those who don't really know about the foundation, we lost our son Aaron tragically in an accident. As a matter of fact, the anniversary was two years last week.
Wow.
So he was the one who actually spearheaded this whole idea about starting up a foundation that could be a blessing to the community in different ways. And so I sort of got wind of it and knew that was something that he wanted to try to do. And so after this all happened, I just went ahead and tried to take it over and get it registered with the state. So it's a certified 501(c) charitable nonprofit foundation now. And I guess that's been it'll be 2 years in November since we've actually got everything in place.
Awesome.
But since then, I think I feel like we've done a lot in the community.
Absolutely.
A lot in terms of helping out the community and giving back to the community. And we do all this with his legacy to to carry on his legacy and carry on the vision that he had.
Well, can you talk about Aaron a little bit for a moment? Can you talk about Aaron, who he was as a person?
Yeah. Aaron was a great kid. We miss him dearly every day.
Sure.
But he had this heart about him. He was a tough guy on the outside, but on the inside, he had a huge heart. He's always had that heart.
Yes, sir.
I guess I would say he was sort of his father's child. You know what I mean? Because the same way I've always been the same way as well.
Yeah.
I've always believed in giving back and trying to help others. You know? And as my pastor would always say, is we're blessed to be a blessing.
That's right.
Yes.
And so I try to live my life by that.
Wow.
So Aaron was a lot like that in that way.
Sure.
You know? But,
Sure.
But again, I don't want to sit here and try to say that he was this, angel with a halo over his head, because he was far from that.
Right.
He was far from that.
Absolutely.
He was definitely far from that.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, again, Aaron was a great kid with some great ideas and did a lot of great things for a lot of people.
Can you talk about some of the things that you guys are doing currently right now in the community?
Yeah. We've we just finished working. We've adopted or partnered with a couple of the 501(c)(3) Title I schools here in the Greensboro area. Nice. And so we've just finished up with that and helping them get through the years and with their field days, and we took care of the teachers for teachers appreciation and did all those kinds of things. But right now we're still. Two of the biggest things that I think that we're concentrating on is our children and the less fortunate.
Yes.
So right now what we're doing is we're making sure that we try to feed as many people as possible. So we go out and we take care of the homeless on Sundays and make sure that they have food and make sure they have hygiene kits and that sort of thing.
Absolutely. That's beautiful. You got something?
Are you always in the same place when you do that? Like if I wanted to be a part of those days where you're giving out hygienic bags or just serving, is it always a set time and place?
For the most part, yes.
Okay.
It is. Yes, it is. Yeah. On Sundays around 10 o'clock.
Okay. Share with me where I would come.
Just up the street, up here at Center City Park. Here
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Sundays.
On Sundays. Yeah.
Every Sunday of the month.
Every Sunday of the month. Yes.
That's awesome.
Yes.
At 10 o'clock.
At 10 o'clock.
Yes.
Okay.
And the people there have really gotten used to us coming, and so they welcome us, and they're actually waiting for us to get there.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
we pull up.
Nice.
And they're helping us unpack everything. So we set up and just I pretty much let them help themselves. Just take what you need.
So it's mostly the homeless that come, or but it's kind of open to anybody that may be Okay,
absolutely.
Yeah,
anybody in need. Yeah,
nice.
Yeah.
You might see me Sunday. Might see me 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock. 10 o'clock. Okay.
Yes.
I love serving and community and just advocacy and just being a part of, I root for the underdog, all the time. So that's interesting. I love that.
Yes. Can you tell us about, with you working with the schools, Mr. Jones, what are some of the things that you guys are implementing as you partner with these Title I schools? What are some of the things that you guys are doing?
Well, the main thing that we try to do is make sure that these kids have all the tools that they need, all the essentials that they need for learning,
Absolutely.
Make sure they have backpacks. We make sure that they have all the school supplies that they need. You know? And as a matter of fact, we went as far as making sure that we set up with one of the local barbershops. So we sent all the little boys to the barbershop, make sure that they were groomed and taken care of. And we partnered with, I think they call it the Health and Beauty Institute.
Yes.
That's the name of it.
Absolutely.
But it's actually the beauty school here in Greensboro.
Yes.
So we partnered up with them, and we sent the little girls. And matter of fact, we also included the teachers.
Yes.
From the staff. Yeah.
Nice.
So
Beautiful.
they were able to go there. They got a manicure, pedicures.
Nice.
Got their hair done.
Yeah.
So we wanted them to go back to school so that they would feel proud and they would feel good about themselves. And again, at the same time, help everything that they need so that they can concentrate on learning and not worrying about, I don't have pencils or I don't have paper, I don't have this and that.
Right.
Well, I think that's
Because at
awesome.
the end of the day, these kids are our future.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So we have to kind of make sure that we're paying attention to that.
I love that. I love that you have that in place for them, because Shantha herself is a makeup artist and she teaches. She can teach.
Do.
So I think this is awesome.
Yeah.
You know, I know we was listening,
I know,
but
it's
I had
like
to
everything
plug
you're doing.
that.
I'm like, oh, I want to be there too. What is that?
There it is.
But I used to do a lot of that. I've been in the beauty industry over 25 years, and we used to do a lot of back to school, drives, hair and haircuts. I mean, I worked in barbershops and beauty salons, and it's very, very important. I'm an educator, and this past year, just being in schools, you see the need, and it's like, okay, so next week I'm bringing socks and
that's right,
a couple of pairs of packs of underwear, and and so unless you're paying attention, you see the need. Yeah, they may need it, at the beginning of school, but they need it, during the year also.
Yes.
So we have to continue to, look and be aware and fill those voids, because some people just don't have it.
Yeah, that's right.
Right. So,
Right. I love it.
But I think it's amazing. And what I did want to say was, I want to offer to you how I know that your foundation and your nonprofit is doing great things as in supplies, but there's also a piece that children need as far as development, like social, emotional development. And so as you're talking to your Title I schools, I'm specifically paying attention to social and emotional development. And if you would like, and the schools would like for me to come and teach how you recognize your feelings and deal with your feelings from K through 5. Are they elementary schools?
Yeah, elementary schools.
I think that is also a piece that they need. Yes, they need pencils. Yes, they need paper.
Yes.
But they also need to know, they need somebody saying, how are you feeling today? And they need to be able to say, I am feeling sad, or I am feeling disgusted, or I am feeling, I am feeling angry, and know how to express that. And I just think that sounds like your son was very into social development.
Absolutely.
So I just encourage you to add that piece, to it, so that they're knowing, how to deal with what they're going through when they don't have a piece of paper or a pencil.
I think that's a fantastic
Oh,
idea.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're going to be taking you up on
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I love it, because
I love it.
this is what this is all about, us connecting and partnering with businesses, but more importantly, this is exactly what Mr. Jones is all about. Could you talk a little bit about how people can partner with the foundation to make these same tools, what we're talking about now? How can the people partner with the foundation?
Right. Well, one of the things that, I guess I would say to try to connect, if anybody wanted to reach out to me or leave me a message or anything like that, they can go through the website.
Okay.
And the web address is jetblackempowerment.com. jetblackempowerment.com. So, and there's tabs on there that you can go in to register, or if you wanted to partner, or if you wanted to volunteer, those types of things.
Yes.
And so they could just send me a message, and I will definitely get back to them right away.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the website, and it's very clean. It's very easy to follow, and it actually says get involved.
Absolutely.
So if you want to get involved, then you go to, the jetblackempowerment.com, and you click get involved.
Yes.
And you can get involved.
Absolutely.
So I see sponsor a child.
Yes.
Sponsor a school.
Yes.
Give a donation, which I always think, is great.
Absolutely.
And then volunteer, corporate support, and you just register. Absolutely.
That's it.
So that's simple.
Yeah.
Get
Real
involved.
Very simple.
Thank you for that.
Yes, we love what you're doing in the community, Mr. Jones, and we appreciate what you're doing in the community. And I'm a witness. I've been at the forefront with you, doing some grunt work, and I absolutely loved it. It has humbled me in so many different ways, and I would say to anybody out there, if you're looking to partner with the foundation, then I can attest and say it will literally change your life and see how you look at life from a different lens and from a different perspective. And this is the foundation that you should partner with. I'm going to say it boldly. This is the foundation that you should partner with, and it will change the trajectory of your life just like it has changed mine. And again, you can reach out again at thejetblackempowerment.com. And also, listen, if you want some of this nice apparel, that nice apparel that Mr. Jones is wearing as well, you can go to shopjetblack.org and look good with a purpose. I done practiced that so much. I got it down to a no-go sign.
Look good with a purpose.
Look good with a purpose.
That's what it's all about.
That's what it's all about. Now, can you talk about your mantra a little bit? Your mantra for the Aaron T. Jones Jetblack Empowerment Foundation. Can you elaborate a little bit on each one, reach one, teach one a little bit? And I know that's as simple as it can, but can you just elaborate a little bit on it for us, Mr. Jones?
You hit it on the head. It is pretty much just as it says.
Yes.
It's, if we continue to help one another and we continue to pass that forward, then it's going to create some great things.
Absolutely. I absolutely love this. Do you have anything else you'd like to add?
I'm busy over here.
I know, right?
Doing my registration.
That's right.
Yes, I'm registering right now.
Yes, get it
absolutely. Done. You do it right then.
Yes.
You don't say you're going to do something and you don't do it.
Come on.
So, Mr. Jones, I want you to know.
These are just absolutely, I guess the word I would say is starving for people to come in and to try to help them out with that, because they get a lot of support, but they don't get all the support that they need.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So we were really applauded for the work that we did.
Absolutely.
Right. Or the point that I was making was they're getting support that other people want them to have, not necessarily what they need, right? So when I say I'm an advocate for children, I know that this is what children need, and somebody's got to take the time to give that and teach that, because the teachers don't have time. The teachers are following all of the other lesson plans and the state, requirements and everything. They have to have somebody that is focused on really giving the children what they need that the teachers might not necessarily have time to do.
Yes.
So if the school has space to do that, then I'm willing to share, what I know for the children. Yeah, for the development.
I totally agree, because the job of a teacher has totally changed.
Absolutely.
They're becoming the mother and the father of our kids, and they're not getting paid really what they were.
Absolutely not.
They taking on some serious situations. They're going to homes now.
Yeah.
So you make a very, very valid point.
Absolutely.
And I would challenge anyone that's in the same field as Shantha to find a way that you can reach out. Shantha, how can people reach out to you to partner with you so that you can partner with the Aaron T. Jones Jetblack Empowerment Foundation?
Well, I'm definitely going to share with Mr. Jones my personal information. Of course, I do have all of my stuff is pretty much around my profession, which is I have shanthatheartist.com. I have a cosmetics site, but my number has been the same for years. So if you reach out, to me by email or phone number, and we get to talk about what the need is and what I can do to help that, then, we just need to sit down and have a conversation about it.
I love it.
But I'm definitely going to share my information with him.
Absolutely.
Share the what I have, to offer, and then, see how we can work it out.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I got to ask my media guy in the background. He's sitting there. He's just sitting there patiently waiting. Woo, please ask Mr. Jones a question, sir. The people want to hear from you,
My question that I have for Mr. Jones is concerning the nonprofit that he runs, that's in the legacy of his son. Name some of the struggles and pitfalls, but also as well as the triumphs that you've had while running the nonprofit organization.
Yeah. Well, I guess I want to say there really haven't been a lot of struggles. I sort of feel this foundation's almost been ordained, man, because it's almost like the doors just open right up for us when we're trying to get things accomplished and that kind of thing. But the fulfillment that I've gotten from doing this has just been overwhelming. It really has. It's just been overwhelming. The fulfillment that you get from being able to help others, And again, we're still in our infancy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we're less than 2 years with this. And as I said earlier, I think we've done a lot in the time that we've been together and doing this, but we're nowhere as to where I want to be. Ultimately, if anybody says, "Well, what's your vision? What's your goal? Where would you like to take this?" My vision for this and where I'd like to go with this is to basically have a place to where people can come and we can provide multiple services to them. You know, whether it be coming in for, if you needed assistance for food, we'd be able to handle that. If you needed, if you're looking for jobs, you know, we'd be able to handle that.
I love it.
So we're looking. That's the ultimate goal is to try to provide a place and a space that people can come, and we'll be able to provide different services for the community.
I love it. I love it. Woo, is there anything else you want to ask? Are you good, brother?
I'm good right now.
All right, that sounds great. Anything else you would like to ask, Shantha?
No, I just think you're doing an amazing thing, and I'm sure that your son is smiling every day.
Absolutely.
That his father would say, you're with the Father, but you are not forgotten.
That's right.
Oh, I love that.
And that's truly what this is all about.
Absolutely.
It's about his legacy, and if he had the heart and the mind that he wanted to try to start something like this, and I just feel that it's does me a lot of good to know that I'm doing this in his honor.
Right.
Absolutely.
And to continue his legacy.
Correct.
Yeah.
He continues to live on with us today.
Absolutely.
He's living through us.
Well,
I love it.
I did want to say that I think it's pretty amazing that, so many young people, his son was in his late 20s, correct?
Yeah.
So many young people are so lost, right? And they don't leave anything to create a legacy. So I think it's absolutely incredible that whatever your son did in the years that he was here, especially with the Jetblack Daily Show and podcasting, that it made an impact. Number one, where I read how, people from all over came to honor his life,
Yes.
and just to know that whatever he was doing had an impact
Huge.
to create a legacy.
Absolutely.
And children now aren't even focused, or young people aren't even focused on creating a legacy.
Yes.
They're only focused on the right now, what they can get right now, what they can show right now.
Yeah.
And so just so that, to be very clear on this whole organization and movement,
Yes.
because of what your son had, in his heart to keep
There it is.
it going and surviving, I think is incredible.
It is
I do.
you.
incredible. It's absolutely. Could you talk
I do.
about that a little bit, Mr. Jones, if you don't mind, how he has impacted?
Yeah. I mean, it's I was amazed by what I found out. I've told the story before that.
Sure.
After this tragedy happened, I wanted to go and set up Aaron's mic and equipment and whatnot and speak to his audience, because I wanted people to know what happened so that there wouldn't be any rumors or misunderstandings.
Absolutely.
That kind of
Absolutely.
thing. And my words were, I says, I'm going to let them know who Aaron was.
Right.
His handle was the Pod God, but I says, I'm going to talk to you about Aaron.
Right.
And at the end of the day, that was probably one of the best things that I could have ever done, to be honest with you, because instead of me telling them who he was, they told me who he was.
Wow.
Oh my goodness, it was amazing. It was
Wow.
amazing. Sort of open up the lines for people to comment, and I spent the next hour and a half, one calling in right after the other, everybody emotional.
Wow.
And people telling me the story of what Aaron did for them.
Absolutely.
How he made them feel,
Correct.
and it was just so powerful. It
Right.
was just truly, truly powerful, and I think I am so thankful that I don't want to say have the nerve, but I was able to get through going through that situation at that particular time.
Right. And I mean, whether you believe it or not, is really a healing place.
Yes.
For you, like, I have two sons, and I can't imagine, just like having to speak of them in the past tense,
Right.
but it's almost like it keeps him current
Sure.
You know, just because the physical is not present, he is still very present. And I didn't even know your son. Like, I got to be a part of the Jetblack show when Chris was doing it because he asked me to be a guest. But like, had I known that I was part of something that was really great, you know, I would have had another kind of attitude about it.
Absolutely.
It would, you know, I was there like, oh, okay, you want me to talk about me? You want me to talk about this? But I kind of would have been like, you know, this is a huge platform for people to know, like, if you start something and your heart is in the right place, it could live on, you know, past you.
Oh,
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
that's what I love about it. You know, I would hope that, you know, people know me to be a lot of things, but when I'm gone, it just won't be, she could curl some hair. Well, you know, she did my makeup for my wedding, you know, whatever. You know, I would hope that my mother, my father, we often think like, what kind of representation are our children doing when they're not with us?
That's it.
And you got to experience that with people saying, you have no idea.
I did not have
Yeah.
any idea.
You know, so that's just incredible. Like,
Because
I'm trying to choke back my tears.
He did his own thing. And
Yeah.
He was very private in terms of me and his mother.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
He wasn't a mommy daddy's boy.
I got
think
you.
He wanted his independence, so we
Right.
allowed that. We gave
Sure.
him his independence,
Sure.
and but he was doing some great things behind the scenes.
So it's a true testament that you, as a father and mama, you did your job.
That's
well.
right.
Yeah.
You did it well.
Facts.
Oh, yeah.
Facts. Y'all
Absolutely.
were awesome parents. You were an awesome father.
Yeah.
For him to be that strong enough to go out and do something. And it also showed the heart of his parents as well, too, because how big his heart was. Yeah. So that's a beautiful legacy to leave, and how he has helped and impacted our society and continues to do so. Because I'm a true, I can honestly say I'm part of that vine that Aaron left behind, because I got a chance to really operate in it. But in me doing so, I got a little bit more serious about what this really was all about. And that's giving back to our community, giving great dialogue, great conversations that can bring healing and help to our society, to let them know, listen, everything's going to be all right. Yeah. You may have to take a step back and do some different things to fix your situations, but it can get better. You got something, Woo?
Yeah, I was just going to say, you can tell his legacy lives on by that word, one word in the name of it, empowerment.
Absolutely. Empowerment.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What? I love that.
Jetblack Empowerment, what that's been able to do since I've come in contact with it, is it's created lanes and it's encouraged,
Come on.
motivated, and empowered people to do exactly what he was trying to motivate and encourage people to do.
You're absolutely right. Yeah, and when you say empowerment, I mean, because it goes in different levels. You know,
Yes.
We've empowered so many different people to do different things.
Yes.
Just like what you're doing right now.
Yes, sir.
You know, as I listen to you just now,
Right.
it's about what you're trying to do with,
Yes.
with your platform.
Yeah.
That's a lot of what he was working with as well. you know.
Absolutely.
And the stories that I got from the people that he had touched, the lives that he had touched, and how he made them feel, and what he had done for their lives.
Yes.
It was really incredible.
It was.
Right.
Incredible.
It was.
Yeah.
I had the opportunity to hear those stories. I didn't know Aaron either. You know, I didn't know him. But once I got involved with the work, that's how I got to know who Aaron was.
Absolutely.
Being around his parents and being around his family members, just the work alone. And it's not a cakewalk.
No.
That's huge. That
It's
is
work.
huge.
Yeah.
So if you're going to get your hands dirty and get down with the get down and really be about that life and serving, then understand that it's work and it's not about you. It's about really helping others. This is just wonderful. I'm so glad that you came on. I appreciate you for coming on,
you
Doc.
know, and I appreciate you for shouting out this foundation and,
Absolutely.
and giving us this platform here today to sort of give people a little bit more information about, you know, what Jetblack Empowerment's all about. You know?
Well, I'll say this right here in front of everybody. This is going to be recorded and videoed. Anytime you have anything that's happening in the community, you have a place here at the Ross Cloud Podcast to shout out whatever you're doing in the community.
Sure.
You have that. You have my word. All you got to do, you got my number. We know each other. So all you got to do is hit me up and say, hey, Ross, I need to come on and say something. Consider it done.
Yeah,
and we'll plug it. We'll
really
plug it, and we will do what he need to do, and we'll plug it, and we'll get the information out there.
Fantastic.
Yes, sir.
Good to know.
So that's going to be my due diligence and my service, my continued service with the foundation. Of course, I'll be out there giving away, talking to the folks, having a good time too at the same time. I'm looking forward to it,
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. So I got one question for you before we close. Are you guys going to do the back to school?
Oh, you would.
We're back. Can people start sending in donations now if they like to?
Sure.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, cool.
Absolutely.
And we've given that website. We've given you guys the website. Mr. Jones, can you give people that Cash App too as well if they'd like to donate?
Yeah. The Cash App is unique, UNIQUE, unique 3815.
All right. I hope you guys got that. And again, make sure you visit thejetblackempowerment.com and make sure you go over and get you some of that Jet Black apparel and shopjetblack.org and look good with a purpose. If you want to be good looking like me and shine like that sunshine, baby. Okay.
I was just looking at the logo and it made me think about, because he came up with that logo.
Right on.
And this was, Aaron was a football player. He went off to Coastal Carolina and got a scholarship to play football at Coastal Carolina.
What position did he play? I'm a football girl.
Yes, sir.
Running back.
Running back. My son is a wide receiver.
Wide receiver.
And my husband was a wide receiver, but I love football.
I heard Aaron was the answer too, baby.
He could run.
Woo.
Wow.
Beast on the field.
Yes, sir. He was a beast.
Oh, yeah.
I've heard it more than once from people that had a chance to watch his game and say, man, that boy run you over.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it's so funny. We go down to visit him, and he's working on his apparel line.
I love it.
So that's truly what he wanted to get into. He wanted to start up his own apparel line, and Jet Black Apparel was what it was all about.
And it is trademark. So don't try to steal it.
Right.
Go ahead and let you know that. So put your cutters down and your presses down. You're going to get in trouble if you mess with this right here. Okay? Because I'm going to come up to you and say, where you get that from?
Get your own. That's right. Get your own.
And you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
It's trademark.
In all seriousness, I just wanted to let people know I'm having fun, I'm joking around, but it is trademark. So I want you guys to understand that the business is taken care of at the Aaron T. Jones Jet Black Empowerment Foundation.
Absolutely.
Great foundation. And the foundation of the foundation is solid. And I'm super, super excited. And listen, we're going to go ahead and close this thing out. And listen, again, please, if you'd like to be a part of the Aaron T. Jones Jet Black Empowerment Foundation, thejetblackempowerment.com, and get you some Jet Black apparel, shopjetblack.org. And if you'd like to donate, that's unique 3815. We thank you guys for tuning in to the Ross Cloud Podcast. I'm your host, Carl Ross Sr.
I'm Shantha Caldwell.
And we out. Peace.